Can I paint this miniature without primer? Welcome to the basics. I have a plague doctor right here that I got from, you know, ReaperCon. I finally did another painting video after a long time. This is technically a really old video, so I just wanted to at least get some in there. I am doing this. I am painting it without primer, which is kind of crazy. I know it's unheard of. It's blasphemy, but but we shall continue on painting and continue on. So no primer today, guys, but this is the usual primer I use. No. But other than that, this is going to be a challenge for me, and it's going to be a big challenge because while painting this guy, man, this was harder than hard because I think I should have invested in a grip stand for my miniatures, but nothing. But these are the paints that I'll be using. These are some pretty good, the Pro Acrylic. They're pretty good paints. They go on thin or thick, but you can always thin them out, which is fine. I like how they just instantly bond onto the plastic if you don't have plastic on there. Instantly, it's just pretty nice. Like, I've been buying this brand of paint for almost about a year and a half now, and they've yet to disappoint. I would say the only downside is it's like they don't mix very well, which is, I mean, it is what it is. But sometimes mixing paints is how you create new colors. But other than that, nah. But these are all fun and things and whatnots. So. This is the part where I usually try to figure out what kind of colors before then, but I wanted to do this basically freestyle on camera right here. I really didn't want the whole typical, Plague Doctor black and white. I wanted to at least have different colors going on here. And I figured that, like, hey, this seems like a great opportunity to at least have a couple of different colors, try to make it bright or maybe a different color, So these are the paints that I have. I really wanted to have a different style of cape, so I did like a red and gray. That's why they are kind of mixed together and everything else. Definitely when you do go on, make sure that you do, expect what your character looks like. Make sure what kind of colors you do want to flow on there. But like I said, it's the basic, guys. As you can see, I did have some of that gray and red. I just didn't like the color, so I just went over it with black. I understand that I said I'm not going to make this into a black Plague Doctor, the most standard-ish thing. I just wanted at least the cape to look black, because I did have other ideas maybe about how this cape can look, Basically, when you do have something negative on a negative space, it just tends to look, yes, you can have fancy and artsy looking, but when you have the tint of a negative, but you also need a positive space, it would look good on a painting, but when you're on a miniature and you just only paint it one color, it's definitely not going to pop. And so definitely this is the type of thing where, yeah, it just doesn't pop like that. And, it just tends to look kind of bad, And as you can see here, I got the hood and I'm painting it brown. So, told you it's not going to be a whole different, just straight up black. The hood, I think I like the color, especially on the brown. But I know it really seems redundant to put gray on a gray figure already, but it does help clean up some extra space, just in case if any black paint got onto it, or any other browns, or the black bleeding through. It definitely does help out, especially if you do like that same color. And, it does help with the shine, but, it is what it is. I know it seems really redundant, but if you are careful and more clean than I am, don't use the gray. That's all I'm saying. You are good to go. And as you can see that I did some wet blending, and wet blending is basically when you take an existing paint on wet paint, not too much wet, but you can have the colors flow. And obviously this doctor has been running around in that outfit for a long time. He's definitely done his job, and he's walking around the dirty streets of wherever he's from. I added some light gray and dark gray together, and I added some onto the bottom of the feet. It kind of shows a little bit more character of like, oh, okay, that shows that your character's been moving around. You can have a sleek design of just like straight up one color, but if you want to make your characters pop and, show that he's been weathered, you can definitely do all that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And obviously I'm having a tough time keeping this paint on sometimes, because the paint just rubs off from it. I had to reapply most of this paint, so. over time, I was looking at it and I didn't really like the gray, but so I added in a little bit of brown so it can like kind of flow into it. Like I said, you can go through as many iterations as you want when you're going through and looking at each of every single one of your paints. You think you know what your character would look like and exactly what you want it. It just it's just gonna change towards in the middle, and that's okay. This is why I usually buy two figures. One where I actually want to paint, and the one where I can experiment on other paints. So it's just something like that. So I think I like this other color anyways because it's still gray, but you also got that mix of brown. Therefore, they're all still negative colors, but they're all different as in the way they pop. You still got your lights mixed in with the darks, which is also, contrasting colors with everything else. And obviously, it is time to paint the cone or the nose or whatever you call it, the beak, for the fancy doctor. This is, like I said, I was going to keep this originally. You can paint it whatever you want, maybe like an eggshell white, maybe like a yellowish, tint. Definitely. But I obviously went with the original, white color of, the cone. I don't know what it's called. I guess they are doctor's mask, I guess you'd say. So ain't nothing but that. It's a handsome chap right there. this is what I'm doing is dry brushing on some gray. Don't be an idiot like me and drop your miniature. Dry brushing is legit a small amount of paint on your brush where it's nearly dry, where you would definitely have to flake that on. Like I said, I wanted to give my character more of a weathered look, so I did some dry brushing on to his hood, and it just kind of helps pop out more of the character. And I think dry brushing just looks natural. It just fills in the nooks and crannies. Sometimes it's a great filler where it's just like, hey, like, can't do that. Like, hey, it just fills in a little details where you could definitely just look, pretty pristine about it. And I like it a lot. This was one of my favorite characters that I ever did. It was hard because there was no primer whatsoever. But eventually when the paint just started pulling on, it just kind of just the way it looked. So, definitely. And of course, I have to fill in the rest. I wanted the vials to be like a poison gas or fart gas, you know what I mean? But, this was my doctor, and I'm very proud of it. I feel like I really did well, you know, pretty good. I even did a bronze on the sword as well. I'm not even a bronze, I think it was just a silver. But other than that, this was a pretty much good build. You just see me putting it on the sword. I think I've lost some footage where I did probably tone down the sword with some shine, and I did probably go over it with dry brushing of black to show some weathered on the sword, because most swords are shiny, yes, but when you've been out there battling out there, they're not that shiny. But overall, this was a great fun character to make. It was like really fun, and pretty sure if I got another one, I'll definitely paint it a different color, because it looks fun. He looks like a great character to definitely interact with, and he'll probably be a great ally too. So, but this was my painting video, and I would say thank you for choosing the basics. It's just something basic, nothing big. I do have a Patreon if you guys do want to support this channel. It is like $5 a month. That's it. It does help me get better skilled videos and try to make better videos to up to quality and everything else. And it just helps support. Or you could just even like and comment and subscribe. You don't even have to do all that. Just showing that you guys are out there watching really shows great support. Everything else. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this basic. I hope to come out with a little bit more soon. So, and maybe come out with other basics like cosplaying and crafting it all, because this is not just purely any, just for miniatures. So, thank you.